All right, so now we need to make a title block, and this will be for the entirety of our class. So you want to just give it some time, get it right. Okay, so if we go to any of our sheets, you'll see a title block. You may have already put a view on this. That's fine. We're going to just edit that. So I'm going to double click on it, and it opens it up. I'm going to immediately go ahead and save as a new family, and I'll put that in my folder structure. So this is going to be, say that CS is a 30 by 42. That's great. You may see in other videos down the line that I'm using some other different title block. That's because that was a different size building. And so this is going to be the new one for this class. All right, there's a lot of information here. Title blocks are for an architectural construction document set, and they tend to have like all your consultants' names. Every time this set was submitted, and client and all kinds of stuff. So a lot of this we obviously don't need for this class. So I'm just going to start kind of wholesale deleting a bunch of this information because it's just not needed. And I'll expect you to design your own title block. I'm going to tend to be pretty minimal with how this looks. And I'm getting rid of a lot of this supplemental graphics that aren't really needed. Of this stuff, we're going to keep, I think, these three things. The client name will end up being me. Project name will be with the project you're working on. If you want to title your project, something cool, go ahead and put it there. That will stay. The only thing we'll probably delete is this check by. It will be checked by your TA, but I don't think we need to worry about that. The rest of this will remain here. So this is the only information that you really need to hold on to. The rest of it you can get rid of. But we do want to be a little bit designerly, so we're going to do a few things that will just make this a little bit better. And you'll do your own. Make it your own. But I'm just going to walk through kind of how I'm thinking about it so that you have at least that reference. Okay, so I will expect you each to design your own logo. I've already designed mine. It's going to be the class logo. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I think I'll use that one. Cool. Actually, I'm going to trade that out. Let's do... We'll do a different one. Do that one. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. And you can see when you bring in images, you just grab the corners and you can kind of make it whatever size you want to make it. I'm just going to try to get it aligned roughly with this information down here. And I'm going to draw a few things. I'm going to create the line, draw from there over 1/2 inch, down 1/2 inch. And I'm going to use the mirror tool to mirror that. So I'm going to use this mirror draw axes, and you can see it's going to snap there, and I'm going to draw down. I have copy selected, so I'm going to do that. And then once I delete this, you'll see that basically I'm just creating corner kind of just to demarcate kind of this is the extent of my possible sheet that I would have drawings in. And I'm going to do that one more time so I can have it at the bottom corners. Oop, didn't do it right. Try it again. Select those two things. And here, here. Apologize if you can hear my grandson. He is screaming in the background. Happy screams. But there you go. So this is gonna help me know I can't go past that corner, but it's not gonna get a huge frame around it. It's gonna just kind of be a little bit cleaner. And so you design your own. We'll load that into project. Let's just save it. And right now this is the one that's a kind of already baked one, so I'm going to do it there. And so then when you go to your sheet, say your first floor plan, you can go in and you can change it to your CS1, and voila. Now some of this other information, so you see that it kind of automatically changed a few of these things from what you saw it being before. Let's talk about how you can change that information, because if you click on it, it really doesn't do anything. If I guess I could, well, maybe I can. Well, I'm not going to do it there, because what I'm afraid, well, let's try it. Let's try to see what happens. So I'm going to say owner is Professor Howe. I normally don't go by Professor Howe, but it's for a class, so here we go. Let's see what happens when I do that and I go into a different set. Okay, good. Okay, so it is populating that on each one, even though all right, so this will be my CS assignment 1. So what I wanted to do is make sure that it was global. So essentially anything that I change here, I want it to show up. I don't want to have to do this for each sheet that I'm creating here. I want that to be kind of global. And so the same thing would be doing that. So apparently now it lets you do that right on just clicking inside of, but what the other way that you can handle it is through manage, and then so where you'd go is go to project information, and then you look for kind of what that was before. So it was client name. So you can see that automatically changed here. So you can do it in both places now. It used to be this was the only place to do it, but just so you know, that's kind of where you would do it. So it's loaded with a bunch of different parameters that you can change, but none of them, not many of them, only a few of them show up here. So those are the ones that we're kind of actually looking for. So here you might say, that it's, your name. Now you'd think that would have changed here with the author, but I think what's going on is that it's allowing for each sheet to be designated individually. So this is probably the only place that in each sheet you're just going to have to throw in your name, because now if we go to first, see it's allowing for a big firm, to have various authors of each sheet. So, put in your name, John Smith or whatever, Jane Doe. And then, so let's just change project name. I'm just calling mine the coffee shop. You might have some kind of cool name as you develop it that you change it to. And that should be it. Project number, it's whatever, typically it starts with the year. and then it goes to whatever project number you're at that moment. So this is the first project I'm doing for 24, so I'm going to put that. That's not really relevant to our class, but just so you're aware of what's going on there. So there you go. That's how you get started and in getting your title blocks going.